title of today's video is Portland's next mayor could be the city's worst driver. What makes her so bad? Let's get into it. Here we go. Somebody sent me this. I was kind of thinking, how bad could they be? I mean, how do you quantify somebody as the city's worst driver? And yet she wants to be mayor? Interesting. Okay, I'm in. I'll take a peek. We'll take a look at it, right? This is a good one. This is a good one. There's a mayoral race taking place in the city of Portland to replace outgoing Mayor Ted Wheeler. Terrible Ted is gone. He didn't want to go for another term. Wheeler announced last year that he would not be running for re-election. Two leading candidates in the race are Renee Gonzalez and Carmen Rubio, both of whom are city council members looking to move up to the top job. I like Renee Gonzalez. I think he is an actual moderate. Some of his viewpoints on crime and homelessness, I have been, I'm down with. Carmen Rubio, not so much. I think she's gotten better, but I'm still not really clear. And I'm not from Portland, right? I'm looking from the inside. I'm from Seattle. Gonzalez and Rubio couldn't be more different, especially on homelessness and public safety, which remain top issues of concern to voters in Portland. Gonzalez has adopted a law and order approach, which is unusual in the city. It really is. Portland has been so far left, and that's why you end up with homelessness, out of control drug, overdoses, addiction, shoplifting, just basic lawlessness. You get that when you push policies that don't really make any sense. So since taking office, Renee Gonzalez he's won over a swath of conservative voters with a hardline stance on homelessness and drug use, while alienating progressives who claim his policies have harmed vulnerable Portlanders. Nah, it's a compassion by progressives that has harmed vulnerable Portlanders. During his tenure on council, he led the charge to ban public drug use after the mayor backed off previous efforts to do so. We had the whole Measure 110 and, this is going to be the greatest thing ever. Let's take a trip to Portugal. Let's see how they do it. Oh, man. Overdoses have shot through the roof since we legalized drugs. Weird. Who saw that coming? Gonzalez led the council in voting to amend city code, pending a change in state law that would allow the city to criminalize the use of drugs in public. That was Measure 110. Trying to change things up, trying to get away from that, because that was just such a stupid policy to put in place. It's going to be the best thing ever. And then reality sits in. Good Lord, who was thinking when they put that one out there? The other leading candidate, Rubio, has been tracking to the right lately, but her campaign hasn't been setting the world on fire. Despite a gradual shift to the center that's pleased business leaders, close observers of the mayoral race said Rubio hasn't found a message that resonates with voters. The immediacy of her rival, Renee Gonzalez, who pledges zero tolerance for drug markets and sidewalk camping. In her public appearances, Rubio speaks with little vigor or emotion, peering over a lecture at barely 5 foot tall. She often reads from an iPad in stilted sentences. Okay, she can't help her height. All right, stilted sentences. They said that Biden had a speech impediment too, right? Really? Okay, whatever. She and her supporters struggle to boil her message down to talking points. Perhaps that's why the Oregonian's report last week that had her driver's license had been suspended 6 times hit Rubio so hard. It could define her. Is she the one with the bad driving? Is she a terrible driver? Does she hit people willy-nilly left and right? Driving shenanigans? Oh, that one. Yeah, not voting for her. Let's go with Renee. He seems to be reasonable. One political consultant, speaking on the condition of being anonymous, calls Rubio's campaigns utterly underwhelming. Both leading candidates have had their share of problems in the campaign trail, but Rubio's chances have been hit a major pothole a couple of weeks ago when it was revealed that she is arguably one of the city's worst drivers. This is where we get into the heart of things. Carmen Rubio, a Portland City Commissioner and one of the leading candidates for mayor, has racked up more than 150 parking and traffic violations over the last 2 decades, failing to pay most of them for months or sometimes years. records show. On at least 6 occasions, a judge suspended Rubio's driver's license after she failed to pay the citation fine or appear in court, including a 5-month suspension in 2015 when she was 41 years old, a fully grown adult, and earning more than $100,000 a year as an executive director of a Portland non-profit. Why are people associated with nonprofits just such bad people? I mean, it just invariably, oh, they're with the nonprofit. All right, that makes sense. Okay. Can't drive, can't pay her tickets, just has no ability to really function as a human being that should pay her bills. So Multnomah County courts also referred Rubio's unpaid parking tickets to a collections agency at least 100 times. Records indicate 100 times sent her to collections. But hey, she's going to make a great mayor. Go ahead and vote for her. It'll be fine. Huh. Yeah. Admittedly, many of these tickets were in the past, but Rubio's attempts to spin all of this as lessons learned when she was younger, that's why they threw out the 41, came to a crashing halt when she was caught on video hitting a parked car last week. Unfortunately for her, the car she dinged was a Tesla, and cameras caught the incident, after which Rubio just walked away without even leaving a note. Here we go. Let's watch this. It's the Oregonian. No audio. There's the ding there. There she is. She kind of glances over. Oh, crap. I'm just not really going to deal with that. We're just going to move on. You know, clearly, she dinged the car. The damage to the other car was evident, but Rubio claimed she didn't see anything. I mean, this happened to her literally dozens and dozens and dozens of times, right? She's a terrible driver. So the fact that she hit somebody's car, not shocking at all. She's been doing this all her life. Let's just figure that one out. So Rubio appeared to quickly survey the damaged area, a little quick glance of it. Looks fine. Damaged area of the Tesla, she left the Portland area lot where she and other driver had parked. Video footage captured by the Tesla security system showed, based on the photos and video, the damage was clearly evident. Oof, not good. Your first thought is, who does something like that, said the Tesla owner, Clackamas County resident who spoke on the condition of being anonymous out of fear of retaliation. Who doesn't leave a note? A left-leaning Portlander who's part of a nonprofit. That's who. Okay. Rubio, in a statement, acknowledged that when she pulled into the parking spot, I felt my car bump or slightly lift. Concerned, I checked for damage to the neighboring car, a Tesla. Seeing none, I went to my appointment. Her lengthy statement also noted she apologized repeatedly after the Tesla owner reached out to her after catching her on film. Tesla owner immediately saw the damage and left a note on Rubio's car saying she had video of her walking away. Rubio called less than an hour later and apologized and offered to hand over her insurance information. After the fact, after she'd been caught red-handed in a crime. At this point, the Tesla owner Googled her name, and she was very surprised to learn the woman who had dinged her car was a leading candidate for mayor, and that she had a record of 150 parking and traffic violations. That's not exactly the background you want in a civil servant, isn't it? Especially a high-level one running for mayor, the city of Portland. You know what? This is Portland, though. Anything goes. She might still win. People might say, well, everybody needs a second chance. And the fact that she can't drive, it doesn't really impinge upon her ability to lead the fine city of Portland. We've had far worse. I'm sure she'll be an improvement. And you're like, okay, yeah. This just isn't really going to work out. So Rubio told the woman and her husband that she felt so bad she was on the verge of dropping out of the race. Huh? What do you know about that? Well, I could tell you how humiliated I am, and I'm really sorry, Rubio said in a recorded call. I feel very embarrassed that during one of the worst weeks of my career, I was careless enough to be flustered and not paying as close attention as I should have been. Believe me, I feel worthless right now. Well, you still hit the car and you walked off and you didn't leave a note. So I would just rather drop out of my race, honestly, she continued. Believe me, I will not be driving for the foreseeable future. That is a bunch of nonsense, guaranteed. But of course, she didn't drop out and is still a leading contender for mayor. Local news station caught up with her. Look, I'm human and I make mistakes too, so I'm just moving forward, taking accountability and moving forward, Rubio said. How'd you get that many parking tickets? How'd you get that many traffic violations? Either you're a terrible driver or you truly don't care, or combination of the two. It's somewhere in there, right? You just don't care. I don't think that's somebody you want to be leading your city as a mayor. I really don't. Portland, I'd be going with Gonzalez all day long. He seems reasonable. Let's move along. This other person, this bad driver here, I mean, she definitely made mistakes, a whole lot of them. I guess we'll see if Portland wants to elect someone who walks away from an accident and then lies about it when caught. That's not good. That is not good. Do you really want to elect somebody who walks away from a car accident and then lies about it when caught? When you're a little kid, you learn right from wrong, don't you? Yeah. She knew right from wrong. She chose not to do it. And she went down the road of, I'm human and make mistakes. Yeah, well, the mistake is that you got caught. And now some real estate guy in Seattle, Washington's podcasting about you. You know, it's fair game, though. It's politics, right? It's fair game. You put yourself up there on the pedestal for, hey, vote for me. I want to be mayor. You're going to have to take all the other stuff that comes with it. This podcast, one of those things that goes with it. All right. That's it for me on this one. Thanks so much for being here. Renee Gonzalez, Portland. That's your guy. All right. Bye for now.